Today, we have some good news for you. In its last 2 years, Keep Oakland Housed has prevented nearly 5,000 households from being displaced, losing their housing, or falling into homelessness.
Keeping Oakland housed is definitely very important because I myself wouldn't be housed without you guys.
What you're seeing here today is truly a team effort to send one clear message to our students, families, teachers, and education workers. We want you back in school. We want you back learning. And by setting aside this site to prioritize our teachers and education workers, we are one step closer to opening those schools.
Increasing traffic safety in Oakland is not just a moral imperative, it is a justice imperative. And we are here today debuting a first ever traffic safety intervention, and that is the Oakland Speed Cushion. This does not exist in any other city.
The Coliseum mass vaccination site is open, so how are things going there? Have there been enough doses for people who want to get the shot?
Yeah, you know, this was my Valentine's, really, is seeing this site get open. Its first day, 3,000 vaccines.
Plan to bring a leader that's grounded in Oakland is centered around safety, the saving of lives, the understanding how important it is that young people in this city grow up in a place they feel safe in. I'm one of those young people that didn't feel safe. And so it's my job now to do everything I can to make sure that we as a police department do our job, but also recognize the important role that community plays in the solutions to violence.
Today, Oakland, California launches one of the largest guaranteed income demonstrations to date in the nation. 600 Oakland families will receive $500 a month for 18 months.
We started this pandemic. Our Tech Check survey showed that only 12% of our low-income students of color were connected. Today, that is 97%.
Big news for us is the president just signed the American Rescue Plan, $1.9 trillion, and get ready for it. The money that is coming to the city of Oakland to address our horrible revenue shortfalls is $192 million.
Today, I met more than 1,000 government workers from every layer of government, city, county, state, federal, that have come together in this moment to serve our community.
We are celebrating an incredible accomplishment today, one that has been so many years in the making and is ready not a second too soon. 211 deeply affordable housing units right here on Oakland's gorgeous waterfront, part of the Brooklyn Basin development.
Today, you have the opportunity to meet the newest members of the City of Oakland's Keep Oakland Clean and Beautiful team. This is a team of dedicated city workers who are going to be hitting the hot spots.
Let us reflect and honor the community workers, the social justice warriors, and the powerful youth who have, for years in Oakland, California, worked to end injustice and violence that so tragically ended George Floyd's life and too many like his. And whose work really doubled down in this last year to accelerate the change that is so desperately needed, not just in the world, but right here, yes, here in progressive Oakland, California.
I love saying Oakland, California is the most unapologetic sanctuary city in America. And I also commend Governor Gavin Newsom for recognizing that our immigrant workers who do not qualify for much federal aid will be taken care of by the state of California.
We are so pleased in the city of Oakland to announce that we are at full capacity in this beautiful Lake Merritt Lodge. Oakland is determined to end the moral outrage of homelessness on our streets and in any street of America.
Oakland youth, get involved!
We recognize today, June 14th, as Oakland Youth Civic Engagement Day. And we are proclaiming that everyone encourage young people to raise their voices, to be heard, to participate in the future of your city and your neighborhood.
One of the obstacles that stops us from building more innovative, cost-efficient housing is the city's outdated zoning and building regulations. There are just too many restrictions to what makes a home, and ultimately, who can afford to live in that home.
What the City Council approved yesterday is not just one of the most iconic ballparks that the world will ever see, but an entire beautiful community-serving ballpark district.
New neighborhood with amazing union jobs, public parks, affordable housing, and safety improvements to make sure that the growing population of Oakland that lives, works, and plays here will be safe and can move around our city in an environmentally sustainable way.
On the momentous occasion of your 1-year anniversary, and now therefore be it resolved that I, Libby Schaaf, Mayor of Oakland, proclaim today, August 7th, 2021 as Umoja Health Day in the city of Oakland.
I received the request from Chinatown last night, and today we have a commitment from the governor of the state of California to send law enforcement resources to Oakland. We take this extremely seriously. We are responding to the demands from our residents for more law enforcement safety. And I'm going to continue to look for every resource. I am going to continue to try and get adequate staffing in the Oakland Police Department, especially for investigations. But to bring traffic enforcement, which is the job of the California Highway Patrol, into Oakland is an appropriate request, and I'm so grateful that the governor has granted it.
Morning. We are so grateful to the Air District for making this announcement in Oakland. These 2,000 air filters will help not only address the threat of asthma and high rates of hospitalization for our families who are most subjected to health and economic disparities. Let me say they are not vulnerable. They have been subjected to these disparities, which have become all the more obvious during this health crisis.
When we come together, we get great things done. TRIO offers our teacher residents beautiful housing that is heavily subsidized so they can just focus on finishing their graduate degree and actually teaching Oakland students.
What else do you want people to know about Oakland Pride this year?
And we're going to get through anything and everything. Yes.
All year round.
That it's resilient, and though there may not be an actual Oakland Pride official, that there are many groups putting on pop-up healthy events. We are having one with Oakland Black Pride, where we will have a vaccination and testing site. It is going to be still September 12th.
Oakland Trans March this Saturday here at Franklin Gawa Plaza.
We are very, very pleased and delighted to accept this kind of one of the most competitive grants that I understand the federal government has ever had to oversee. And I want to really acknowledge the speed with which this administration is getting money to work. On Monday, I was at the White House watching President Biden sign the infrastructure bill. On Friday, the White House is in Oakland putting $14.5 million to work right now. Today's announcement absolutely supports a new waterfront ballpark for our beloved Oakland A's.
Oakland, California is so fortunate to have received 515 additional housing choice vouchers as part of the American Rescue Act. And that is why we have a call to action for property owners, for landlords, to please consider making one of your units available to a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher holder.
What I am proposing is that we increase police staffing immediately by 60 officers. We do that by maximizing our recruitment and training processes, and that when we come to next year, we unfreeze 20 of the positions that are currently frozen by the adopted budget. We are determined to keep the promise to Oakland's voters, to maintain adequate staffing levels of our police, to continue a balanced and comprehensive approach to public safety, as well as to increase the sense of safety in our streets. We recognize that people feel very disturbed by all the violence, all the unprecedented robberies that they have seen in these recent weeks. And I am here to assure Oaklanders we take this extremely seriously, and we have succeeded in cutting gun violence in half in the past. We are determined to do that again, and we are determined to do it as quickly as possible.